I think we're here. We go. No time for no time for countdowns. Dave's not here. We're doing anything we want tonight.
He's let us through. He's let us through. That's the problem.
I did hear a rumor that Dave was out trying to source funding for us so we can fly to every race next season.
I heard that I heard Dave overspent at catering and now has to speak to the big boss and find out what's happened of why they're short funds this year.
G'day, guys. We got to say hello to people.
Evening all. We're Daveless tonight. And, we got new Dave, new and improved Dave.
We got new Dave and the super subs back.
New and improved.
Yeah.
So we're running on the seat of our pants, really. Let's
You're running this show tonight, Matt.
I'm running the show. So I'm running the show. So shall we start with last week's event? The uneventful. Red Bull wins the Constructors Championship. Toto's angry.
Yep.
George, little George, is complaining about everything.
Yep.
Complain about everything.
Will George only get worse from now on?
Yes.
Maybe.
He seems to have, I think, in the last 5 or 6 races, really amped up the maybe F1 snitch is the new. Who was the guy that was like in primary school that would always tell on people to the teacher? He seems to be that guy.
Definitely sounds like it.
And then we'll just run into people in the hallway.
Yeah, like he would be the one that would cause an accident, but then later tell the principal someone smashed into a wall. Oh, by the way, I may have caused it.
Yeah, I accidentally knocked him into the wall.
Well, you know. I mean, now Max just going to have a relax now. They've done everything they need to do. They're just going to put on random drivers.
Yeah.
Have they put on their reserve drivers yet?
Who? Red Bull.
For the free practices for Red Bull.
That's for next year, isn't it?
No, they're going to do 2 sessions this year.
I thought, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, have they done any so far, or were they saving them up until Max and?
I have no idea.
There's a good chance. There's a good chance Danny Rick will be one of their junior drivers, and he'll be able to go out and practice.
Junior driver.
He'll become a new rookie driver.
Yeah, he'll be a rookie next year.
Oh, here we go. We've got our first.
That's moving Alonso. I think that was bad. Alonso's mono was pretty sick.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah,
he did well. Like the fact that the car, actually still survived, and he actually finished off the race. And Huss is complaining about a wing mirror.
He hit that wall pretty hard as well.
Yeah, and Huss is complaining about a wing mirror.
Is his car made of titanium? Because he's done this before, hasn't he? A couple of the cars have crashed into fences. And normally when they end their race, but some of the cars are secretly made of, whatever Captain America's shield's made of.
Why do they put metal bumpers around the outside like a go-kart?
It'll save them a lot of money.
They could put rubber.
I think it affects the arrows, but I think
the rubber that they have for the bowling, you can you can just keep bouncing through.
Yeah, proper carts.
And you know what that would mean, Rob? More chance for your mate to score some points. He could just bounce his way through. You don't have any mates? He's done? He's gone?
Yeah, I lost him a couple of races ago. I gave up on him. He came back last week.
So once he scored points, you were like, that's it, you're done. You're no longer cool. I only like you when you're not scoring points and you're blaming other people for your car.
Yeah. Well, we got Logan Sargent possibly taking his seat if he can finish the next couple of races.
So what does he need to finish to get enough points?
6. I can't remember. Who's the fact checker?
Fact checking it. Are you fact checking it or am I fact checking it?
I can do it.
We've got we've got 2 fact checkers tonight.
Yes.
I just make up facts.
Don't worry, Matt. That's the reason why.
He only needs to finish 7th in the F2 championship to get enough.
And then he gets a seat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's all right then.
But when they announced it anyway, it said, when I saw the announcement, it said pending if he had enough super points. So he had enough points, then he get to get his super license. So which rounds are left?
He's currently sitting in 3rd.
Okay.
And how many races? We've got 1 race to go. So
is that in Abu Dhabi?
Yeah. Yes, Island.
Is all the last races now in Abu Dhabi for everything now?
Emirates. Arab Emirates. You know the Arab Emirates.
The UAE. Yeah, Matt, because they paid enough money to get it. They paid enough money for it, of course.
Well, no, Buvy. It's because it's a beautiful place and everyone needs to see the natural beauty of that course. And
at night time.
At night time, yeah, that's right. Because they found money in the back of the couch and now they're all of a sudden best mates with everybody in the F1.
We've got the new Sauber Audi team coming up, which is kind of sounds like Saudi.
Oh, Rob, I don't have any tin foil here, but have you cracked the case wide open?
I think I have. I think this is the deal that they've done. They're sponsored by Aramco, the F1, which is a Saudi oil company.
Oh,
so yeah, I see links here.
So are they doing a 50-50 with someone? I heard that they were going to do a 50-50 with someone else as well.
They were trying to, I think, but no. I think they bought like a majority share of
Sauber. I mean, you just put it all together. So it's just now the Saudi national team. Is that what we're calling it?
Yeah.
Basically.
Cool. Yeah.
We're looking for some Saudi drivers to race.
Does Saudi Arabia have a big driving F1 paddock to pick from?
I'm pretty sure it's going to be an SUV or 4-wheel drive.
Yep.
And the race will be on sand dunes.
Oh, it'll be like those power trucks that climb up the mountains. You know those ridiculous.
Have you not seen the Arabs driving their patrols and stuff, drifting down the highway with everyone hanging out the windows and the cars rolling? Yeah,
I would watch that. That would be the best F1 ever. I would love to see George going side. No, George is the only one not going sideways and just writing down in his little notepad.
It's dangerous.
That everyone's being dangerous except for him, and he should get extra points for being a good little boy and sticking to his lane.
Is that why he hit Carlos? Because he was too busy writing in his notepad?
Well, I think he was trying to, because your hand's on the steering wheel, and he's obviously taken one off to hold the book, and then the pen to like.
Was he trying to hit the button on the steering wheel for the radio to say something was dangerous coming up?
I think he's just constantly on radio, to be honest. I think he clicks record, and at the end of each race, he just has a 2-hour-long podcast called George Thoughts. And then they just cut them together, and it's just him constantly saying, "Crikey, what was that?" Or "That was dangerous." Or "Did you see that? He cut in front of me." I think it's just a 2-hour of George just being shocked by things.
That's dangerous with George Russell.
Yeah.
Think things that are dangerous with George Russell. 1, me. 2, me and a notepad. 3, me not winning. Toto when he doesn't get his way and headphones get smashed.
Mm-hmm.
So my other tinfoil theory was
I like these.
Dieter faking his death to take away from the cost cap.
Oh, so he's not even really dead. He's just faked it.
He just faked it to the cost cap, and also because then he doesn't get paid, so that's less on the books.
Oh, that's pretty clever.
Yeah, I think so.
So he's seen this and went, I will do the ultimate sacrifice for my team.
Yeah, and then he'll come back next year. Thinking of
as someone else.
As
someone else.
Yeah.
My name is Peter, and I am a energy drink. Oh, he's joined Rich Energy Drink. I've just connected the dots. I've connected all the dots. That's what it is. He's going to come back the owner of Rich Energy, and they're going to start it all up again.
He's growing his beard right now.
He's just secretly.
Yeah. He'll come back in 2 years once everything's grown out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically like you and I, Rob, are the before and after photos. Basically, it's clean shaven Matt, and then when I need to go into witness protection, it's my name's Rob. It's good that we solve all these mysteries now. We should be the Scooby Doo. We should be the Scooby Doo gang of F1.
Mm-hmm.
Buvy, do you have any conspiracy theories you'd like to get off your back today?
No, actually today, no, not today.
So do we want to talk about the conspiracy of how Red Bull spent their salary cap money and went over? Because there's
I'm just reading it now.
Well, I've heard many different things. There seems to be what Red Bull said, what the FIA has worked out, and then there's Toto Mass. Toto Mass, from what I understand, Red Bull bought everyone rocket ships, and they bought too many burritos.
Yep.
Basically, from what I understand, Toto's pretty much said that Red Bull just spent $1 billion on everything else.
And that's why there's that.
And they've got a secret island headquarters now.
What I heard, Perez bought a round of shots of tequila at the bar one night and didn't get a receipt.
Yeah.
Well, because of that,
you can't do your claims if you don't have the receipt.
This is why you take a photo of the receipt.
Exactly.
You've got a record.
No.
Yeah.
Should have kept the receipts at the end.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's trying to claim breakfast when he already had breakfast at the hotel.
Isn't it included in your night there? That's
You would think so.
Yeah. He's double dipping.
You would think so on that.
So what do we know what's happened? Is Red Bull still going to get charged, or is it?
They said sometime this week that they were going to say what was going to happen, but I haven't heard anything.
Because the only thing I've heard is they may lose out on the wind tunnel. They're not allowed to go in the wind tunnel.
Let me just check.
That's a lot of red cordial, Lee.
And burritos.
Burritos they get for cheap, Buvy.
Oh, yeah, that way. Sergio looks after that with them.
Sergio looks after them with the red cordial.
Red cordial. Oh, well, they're a thin company anyway. Here we
go. At worst, it'll be 25% of. So how many hours do they have in the wind tunnel normally?
Oh, well, for waiting for the constructors, they'll have the least amount anyway. And so whatever they've got, it'll be minus 25% of that, which I have no idea.
So it wouldn't really matter. So unless you were like Williams, 25% of Williams wind tunnel would be heaps. 25% of a winning constructor would be what, 40 minutes?
He's more than that.
Here's 8 hours in the wind tunnel. Don't use it all at once. Now you've lost 2 hours. I think they are.
Yeah, that sounds about right, Lee.
I think only Toto and Little George are the two that have spent too much.
Or too little.
They've probably got it written down in their little book.
Hang on, here we go. So, 2021.
Yep.
Mercedes only had 280 hours.
Okay.
And Haas had 460 hours.
Does it sound like Haas didn't really use their hours well?
I don't think so.
What did they? I imagine did they do other things in the wind tunnel, like throw paper planes?
Probably.
I can just imagine them wasting their time and not using.
Okay. So essentially, 25% of the 280, they'll be down to 210.
That's fine. Now, can we can we talk about the biggest controversy of last week's race, involving everyone's favourite on-track reporter?
Oh yeah, Martin.
Mr. Martin, and everyone's no longer favourite Brad, Mr. Brad Pitt.
I missed this part.
When I was because I couldn't get up. I had to drive into work on the Monday morning, so I couldn't actually watch the race live. But when I watched the replay, I went through the grid walk just to see this, and quite literally, Mr. Pitt was being extremely rude. Like, you'd think you'd just have a quick chat to him, two or 3 minutes. You have a quick chat, and then you go about your race. Basically, he was just pushing him away. Didn't want to talk to him. Didn't want to do nothing. And there was somebody, you couldn't see it, but somebody was pulling him back at the same time as well.
Oh, so someone else was also kind of keeping him away from Martin.
Yeah. So he was pushing Brundle away. At the same time, somebody else was pulling him back at the same time.
I'm pretty sure his mate was saying, "Come, mate, we've got to go." Tim Cook's grabbing the checkered flag already to start his wind-up.
Tim Cook's doing the worst checkered flag in the history of checkered flag. Oh my God,
how bad was that? That was a shocker.
That's why, and you know what? I think it was because when they listed him, they just wrote Tim Cook and then nothing underneath it. Not CEO of Apple,
it was just Tim Cook, $.
Yeah,
that's all it was.
or as Donald Trump used to call him, Tim Apple.
Tim Apple.
He called him Tim Apple when he met him at the White House.
Oh wow!
So isn't Brad Pitt making a F1 movie?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I would have thought you were.
Have you heard what the premise is?
Wait. Let me work it out. Okay, so a down on his luck driver starts an F1 team, finds a rookie who's like a hothead, and he lacks discipline, and he must learn the ways of becoming an F1 driver. Also, he falls in love with the constructor's boss's daughter.
No. That's pretty much. It's pretty much the story of your favorite movie, Driven, but for Formula One.
Oh, wow.
I thought that. So basically, Brad Pitt is Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
And then who's going to be the young gun unknown person then?
It'll be the guy from Top Gun, Miles Teller.
Yeah,
he'll grow the little mustache.
He was in such good movies as the Fantastic Four.
But if it's based on F1, it's not going to be an American actor.
No, Rob. You'll stand corrected. It will be an American, and they'll put on an awful accent of. My name is Monsieur Pierre, and I am a race car driver.
Is this going to be like that game back in the 2000s, COTA, where it was V8 supercars in Australia and NASCAR in America, but it was all pretty much the same game, just a different label for the country.
And then the background for us was kangaroos, and the background in America was a bison.
Rifles.
Who else? Aren't they making other F1 movies as well?
There's a TV series, I think, a Netflix series maybe based on the Braun GP.
Wasn't that Dan? Wasn't Dan doing something as well?
Yeah, Dan's doing one.
Yeah, I thought he was doing the Braun GP story thing.
Okay.
I guess he's going to have a lot more spare time next year.
Of course he is.
Unless you are led to believe that he's going to become a reserve driver for Red Bull.
He's going to be locked into the sim rig.
Just be locked into the sim rig saying you must just go doing laps and laps and laps.
He's going to do.
We'll see him in 2024 come out. He'll just be like pale, skinny. Hasn't seen daylight in a year.
You reckon he's going to have that phosphorus tan of just being in front of a monitor for 300 days?
Yeah. His neck's going to be bigger because it's just going to have weight pushing against it constantly for replicating in the sim.
He'll be able to handle 6G on the corner easily.
Also, Lee, you forgot the the well-known rule in race car driving. If your car conks out and someone overtakes you, you are disqualified. We all learnt that in Rob's movie. What was it called, Rob? Super Racer Drag number 1?
Super Girl Racer or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. and also the checkered
Blade
flag.
Bunny Racer.
Well, yeah, there was one of your other movies which no one has still watched the rest of them.
No, I haven't. I went to watch Go
Um,
Kart, but I thought it was Australian.
No, Brad will play the F1 owner.
Or
He
Big
used
Four.
to drive, and he used to be a champion, and he had to finish up because of suspicious circumstances.
Will he be like the owner of Monster Energy, and his name will be Chad?
Chad Buckingham,
Chad Buckingham, Monster Energy owner.
yeah, Monster Energy man.
You just have like multiple tats of Monster Energy.
Is that where they're getting the sponsorship from? They're just going to have.
Yeah.
Do you reckon there'll be a cameo appearance from Ken Block in his Monster? He'll just appear in the background.
Yeah, he'll
be
actually. Maybe it'll be him as the young plucky driver at 48.
Ken Block,
the
that rookie of the year 20-year-old who.
Nah,
still not really that good.
I think Lee's comment saying Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy,
Play the rookie.
I like Jimmy. Jimmy is my favorite IndyCar driver.
Oh yeah, he doesn't care.
No,
not Mr. Speed or Mr. Power. They've got the best names.
Will Power.
Will Power is the greatest name for any race car driver. It's so good that you'd almost think it was completely fake.
Yeah,
true.
William Powerful, I believe is his full name.
I thought Scott Speed was real. It was fake, but
no, that's an American. Name. He should be called Scott Speed Jr. or something.
Really added in, yeah.
Speed the fourth.
Yeah.
So, did we miss something, Buvy?
Yeah, the W Series. The way they wanted to make the changes on that next year.
Well, at least they're doing something to the W Series as opposed to Lewis Hamilton saying, "Oh, if there's only something I could do with all my millions of dollars, I wish there was some way to help, but I can't because I'm reducing my carbon footprint as I get on this jet plane." And before you ask, my jet plane doesn't have any footprints because it's a jet. So technically, I'm off the hook.
No, but it's actually, I haven't read on this, but from just the summary you guys have put on there, yeah, it's a smart idea. Actually drive, at least it's a similar thing to an F4 car. Is it going to be exactly an F4 car, or what's happening there?
I thought the current car was somewhere between an F3 and an F2, but
yeah, I would have thought you just, depending on what they have, promote them into the Formula 3 or whatever, and then see how they go.
I reckon they should be F3s. They should be in, even if it's their own series, but F3s, so at least you can compare them to the F3 series.
I'd put them in F3, and then at least they'd get funding, and they wouldn't have to stop halfway through the season because.
And most of them at the moment are at that age group where they probably should be in F3, moving to F2. There's not a lot of younger female drivers in the series, from what I've seen so far.
Yep. So this is a good idea.
There's not much on it.
There.
I'm just having a quick look.
Well,
yeah, just have a bunch of cars.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing's really stopping. Even Lewis talks a big game. Why have Mercedes looked after any? Do they have a small team?
Maybe Red Bull's cost cap breach should be that they fund a third car in F1 that's women only.
Third car, women only F1.
But that has to fit into the cost cap.
Oh wow!
Oh, that just means no more no more fancy breakfasts.
No, BYO food to the track.
You got to bring your cornflakes in the little boxes and the little milks in the plastic containers.
No more gin and tonic max after the race.
Exactly.
You just live. Red Bull should start making a food-based energy product. That way they can live off it's like essentially Red Bull but turned into like a bread.
Silent Bull.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Soylent.
That's just ground up Mercedes fans.
Okay.
and it's washed down with George and Lewis's tears, and Toto's sweat, rage sweat when he cracks at it. Do you reckon he's just given up now? He's like it's
this season. There's no more rant. I haven't heard him rant for a while.
I think he's just going to keep pushing the salary cap thing. Is he still doing the? Is he still going to do the thing that he promised, where he's just going to breach the cap because it turns out you don't get in trouble for it anymore?
It depends on what happens to Red Bull.
Yeah. Well, they're not. From what I heard, they're not going to be losing points, and they're not going to lose. It won't affect their cap for next year.
Oh, so it's just the wind tunnel then.
Yeah, probably.
It's just wind.
Slap on the wrist.
Oh.
I reckon it should be like sit out a race or something. Like,
then I reckon it has to be. Like you got to make it so it's got to really hurt him. That's the problem.
Yeah. I've got a good penalty. Red Bull and Ferrari have to switch pits, and then so Red Bull have to use the Ferrari.
Guys.
Ferrari strategist. The Ferrari strategy guide.
I mean, how much of a fine could you give them, Lee, that it would actually, be noticeable? That's
like if you give them a fine, then that just means they can buy their way out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Basically saying, okay, we can. They say, all right, we're going to give you a €1 million fine or whatever. Red Bull's like, yeah, whatever. We'll just pay it out.
But because Red Bull themselves could. Yeah, Red Bull could just pay that off.
Yeah.
From a weekend of giving away free cans.
Yeah.
Yes, Lee, they may as well give a fine of $40.
Exactly.
And say, don't do it again.
The only way it's going to work is if they either start on negative points next year, which I don't think will happen.
No.
And they're definitely not going to. They're not going to remove the constructors they're not going to remove the drivers' championship away from Max. Definitely not. So so there's still not really much.
Make them start from the back of the grid for the first 5 races.
That's not going to change anything.
That just makes it more entertaining for us to watch cars go past the TV.
Exactly. No, but he won't be there next year.
Yeah, true. Oh, we just put him out there. Actually, that could be it.
Yeah.
Latifi has to drive for Red Bull.
No. Latifi's your third driver, but he always starts in front of you. So you have to overtake him. And then, because it's like this, and then every so often he'll just be like, phew. It's just a risk. It's a risk that he'll take you out.
Hang on. I think
like Stroll not using his mirrors.
Yeah, I think Stroll's done that more this year than Latifi.
Buvy, I answered that last time. Stroll doesn't believe in mirrors. They're not a Canadian thing to do.
Alonso doesn't either now.
Exactly.
Alonso's he's getting old, Rob. His eyes aren't as good as they were 40 years ago when he was Rookie of the Year.
It's sad that he's younger than me.
And me. He's younger than me too, Rob.
Yeah.
I think most of them are pretty young.
They're old and they've been around forever and they're still younger than us.
Okay.
Oh.
So that's pretty much. Have we covered?
Who will drive the McLaren?
Well, it's Oscar's going to be there.
Yeah.
Oscar and Lando Calrissian.
It is maybe Dan is actually doing a good job. Just Lando is so much better than him.
Possibly.
So do you reckon that if Oscar comes in next year, and he does just as good or as badly as Dan did, it's going to just be that Lando's actually really good, and it was unfair to compare him?
Yeah, maybe.
Basically, and
that'll be my excuse anyway.
That's your excuse, or I can just say the car didn't suit Dan.
Yeah, we had 2 different cars.
Yeah.
Yes. Second last at Austin's kind of good. Who came second last?
I believe that was
No, it wouldn't have been Dan.
No. Dan came. I believe it was your mate, Rob.
It was. Latifi came 4th last.
4th last. Is that including?
There was 3 DNFs, Sainz,
Yeah.
Bottas, and Stroll. Then it was Latifi, Ricardo.
Finished 16th,
Yeah,
and he was only one place behind Fernando.
yeah. He came behind Fernando, had a 30-second penalty, got airborne, smashed into a wall.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's
So
not good.
So Latifi
At least
technically didn't come last.
Yep.
Latifi was 13 seconds behind Ricardo, and Latifi had a spin.
So not a good weekend. Not a good
No.
weekend for Danny.
No.
Although surprisingly, he did okay was it FP2 where they did the big tire test on next year's tires.
Yeah.
He did. He actually was.
Isn't that just a bit harsh to Dan? Hey Dan, can you test out this F1 car with tires? Oh wait a minute, you're never going to use them.
Yeah.
So
they probably sent him out on like a really light fuel load and stuff, so it was good.
Probably make it look good.
Yeah. Super sticky tires I'll never use.
Yeah.
Probably.
Super.
Well, they were testing the C2,
Extreme.
C3, and C4 for next year.
Yeah.
But the thing was, at Japan, before it got all wet, they wanted to test the C1, C2, C3. So
maybe they need to start doing it in the wet and trying some different wet weather compounds so we can actually get a race in the wet.
Or we need a better wet tire. Like the intermediate's good, but the wet tire, maybe they've got to use a softer compound now or something.
Yeah.
Let them burn through the tires. Who cares?
Yeah.
As long as they've got a tire there they can actually use. If they have to go into the pits, let them go into the pits.
Exactly.
How many pit stops would be too many pit stops, Buvy?
Who cares? Who cares, Matt?
Yeah.
It's like the thing is though, it makes the teams have to think more. You've got to think about it. Although it doesn't help Ferrari, but that's a different story.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Ferrari would get better at it. You know, they keep doing it, and they have a big sign up on the, the guy that holds the paddle at the front?
Yeah.
And it says Ferrari, what they should write on it now, it says remember 4. It just says remember 4. And then every time they go on, everyone needs to remember 4 tires. Have a picture of like a cutout of 4 people holding tires and saying, make sure you're, Rob, you got front passenger. Buvy, you got front driver. Matt, you've got the back. Yeah. Make sure the buddy to your left has a tire in his hand.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Like the buddy system. When they bring the tires out, make sure that you've got your corresponding buddy. Your front buddy and your back buddy.
Yeah.
Maybe they need to have like a wall up with a round shape in it. So if they're trying to put
the round tire. Oh, even better idea. Yeah. What you do, each tire has a different color, and each brake caliper has a different color, and they have to match up.
They have to match, yeah.
So the red caliper goes to the red wheel, and then you've got the big sign that says match, and then you got to match them up like a.
The problem is they won't do that because it's going to add that 50 or 60 grams to the weight of the car, which they're trying to get rid of anyway.
Well, does the guy with a gun have righty tighty and lefty loosey tattooed on his hand?
Probably.
No, he's got his hands like this, Rob, and then it's just like loose,
righty tighty,
righty tighty.
I don't know which way.
But then they might get confused, Rob, if they look at someone else's hand. And then they'll be like, your left or my left?
Is it it's like the guy on the other side. Oh, come on.
I'm afraid he'd get beaten in Formula W.
Yeah, it'll be too big. It'll be too big and heavy, I think.
Yeah.
No, but I feel like he wouldn't dominate in Formula W.
No.
I feel like he you know what he needs to do? He needs to become the angry Nicolas Cage's character in Gone in 60 Seconds and look after a go-kart track. And then picking up all the little kids when they spin out and stuff. And he's like, that reminds me of a work colleague of mine called Nicholas Latifi. He was always spinning out on the track.
Has there been any more news about Latifi and IndyCar yet, or what?
I thought he was just going to go to IndyCar. That was it. He doesn't deserve much more in the way of news.
He's got a season pass.
He's got a season pass to IndyCar, and that's it. Nothing else is happening.
Okay, according to a website called C.com.
C.com, as in the letter.
SI.
Okay.
SI.com.
Sports Illustrated.
Well, he's going to be deleting some viruses off his computer later.
No,
You may have
antivirus.
You may have already won, Rob. Click this button to win an iPhone 57.
I haven't had antivirus on my computer for years.
All right.
Okay, just socially responsible porn sites.
What, do you pay for it?
No, I'm serious.
He goes to the one.
He might be at
Lewis
Ganassi
Hamilton.
He might be at Ganassi at 2023, fourth car.
Yeah, so there's some discussions ongoing, but nothing ready to announce.
Yeah.
I think he would be more popular in IndyCar than F1 because
maybe it might suit his driving style a bit better because the cars are a little bit more. They can handle. I don't know what they can handle a bit more rough treatment than what the F1 cars can.
Yeah,
but also he won't get lost on the track. He won't be able to blame people.
Especially on an oval, he's only turning left.
Yeah, because he did do all right in F2. Like he did come second.
He came second, didn't he?
Yeah,
he came second in F2, but then obviously it's got to the point now where it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's a bit of a while. And that's all there was. Bottas did say something about that he'd be interested in going into IndyCar.
Did he? He hasn't won Monaco, has he?
No.
Okay. I'm just trying to think.
Is IndyCar the new retirement for F1 drivers?
Yes.
Yeah. Why not?
Do you think Lewis Hamilton will go to IndyCar, or is that beneath him?
That's beneath him.
Where does Lewis Hamilton go after this? Besides,
no.
Clothing designer.
He'll be.
No, I was gonna say he goes horse and cart racing. It seems like
What, he's gonna go harness racing?
Yeah, something. I can see him and George wearing a full suit, a big top hat, and going fox hunting in his horse.
I'd love to see Lewis in another series and see how good he is in other cars.
Exactly.
Mansell
proved it. Mansell proved it back in the day. He retired from F1 as a champion, went to IndyCar, destroyed him in that season, and then I remember watching it as a kid, and it's like, wow. You look at it, you go, holy crap! I go, this guy's good.
Yeah. Took his mustache and beat them all.
Yes, we have these. The boss is taking the night off.
And we have excellent big news when Dave's not here.
Yes, exactly.
We do.
Do we?
Super excellent big news.
I know the news.
Yep. Do you know it? Yep. We'll talk about it later.
All right. Oh, Jesus. It's not funny.
We can talk about it later, or we can bring it up now, or do we want to wait?
No, we've got at least a minute and a half before we can.
Yeah, we've got to wait till the old 40-minute fall off the tracks.
Rule, isn't it? We got to get there. I was going to say, do we want to review
Mexico preview?
We want to review preview
Mexico.
Yes. So Max will be in the lead. Perez will be in second place. Max will go into the pits. He'll have a stuck real nut for 30 seconds, and then he'll just come out behind Perez, and then Perez will win.
Perez will win at Mexico. The Mexicans will go nuts, and there'll be a week-long celebration. Very subtle there, Matt. Very subtle.
So you reckon they're going to give Perez the win in Mexico?
If they can.
They've secured everything. If they can, if they're 1 and 2.
Do you get in trouble though for deliberately slowing down?
Not anymore. Not anymore.
They're going to want to.
There's no more team orders, Matt.
That's what I was thinking. They used to have the team orders.
They're going to want to maximize Perez's points to get him second in the championship. So if they give him the win, Max second, gives him a bigger lead.
Matt, highlight that comment.
I'm trying to
Yes, you do.
The highlights were basically Rob working out conspiracy theories. We solved Formula W again, and Lewis Hamilton is going to ride a horse after he finishes in F1.
Yep.
But he'll and Robo Rob has taken over the set.
You won't even notice if I did it anymore.
I mean, I didn't even notice it. I mean, the hat disappeared and everything, but you know,
the hat disappeared. The hair wasn't matching. That's the only problem.
Rob, it was sort of like CGI of an 80s. you still got the He's got the pointing down too. That's incredible.
That's great.
Oh, it was supposed to loop.
Got found out there.
Oopsie.
So Rob, your risky prediction for Mexico is Red Bull 1-2, but it turns into 2-1 because Max slows down to let.
Yeah, no, it'll be something happens in the pit and the guy with the wheel gun just will be like an inch or two off and going, it's not working. Oh, there it goes.
So you're saying a Red Bull 1-2 or whichever way else, and then who will finish third?
I reckon Hamilton gets third and kicks up a fuss that Perez was allowed to win. Yeah. And that the pit stop was unsanctioned, or there'll be George will read from the rule book that says you're not meant to have a pit stop in the last lap of the race or something. Or
my other prediction will be George takes out Perez in T1.
Ooh. Oh wow!
Perez will qualify first, and George will take him out the first corner.
Does that mean George is qualified like second or third, and he just dive bombs in?
Yeah.
What do you reckon the Mercs, even though like Mexico's like they have to use the Monaco aero setup for Mexico, but yet they're still doing 370 Ks down that main straight. You reckon it might actually suit the Mercs because they're running a little draggier?
Yeah, maybe.
They've actually get the downforce. They'll probably have a little bit more downforce than what the rest of the teams would, especially in the twisty sections.
Rob,
I reckon what will happen is Perez will take an engine penalty and qualify first, and then have to start from the back.
And then Latifi will turn to him just like that meme and go, "First time at the back." E-Scooter's
E-Scooter's a prediction.
That's a good prediction.
Shane Van Gisbergen for Well, they can get a few other like Red Bull people. They got Red Bull mountain bikers and motorbike riders. They can get them all out there.
Exactly. Do they have a Red Bull thing? WEC team?
I don't think so.
You know what they do have, which I think Toto got confused by, the Red Bull aeroplane team that flies through the loops and stuff. Yeah. I think Toto thought that was the new F1 car.
Well, that's probably why he thought the cost cap was so high. Because
exactly, because they were in aeroplanes.
Because there's an aeroplane. You know what I would do? I would rock up to Mexico in a jet, and I would have put Red Bull across the side of it. I would have done a sponsorship deal just to take the piss out of Toto, and just like branded everything Red Bull.
Maybe Mercedes need to join forces with Monster Energy and have Monster as their sponsorship. I can see Toto getting a mullet and just being a real American bogan redneck.
No, the bogan redneck one is Mother, I believe. Mother is the
Monster one's the full America.
Yeah, Monster's the that'll be the Andretti team.
That would be the Andretti team.
So it's gonna be Mother, is it?
Mother's the bogan one, I think.
Mother's the one based in Australia.
And then I think Williams, Rob would use Blue Ox, which is the price cut version of Red Bull from Audi.
What about then? Who would get V?
Ooh, That'd be Ferrari or McLaren, I think.
So like I said, so your prediction. What do you reckon, Matt? Predictions for
I reckon Red Bull will try to let Perez win.
Sergio.
Yeah.
Yep, and then
Yeah,
Max, and then I
Who's
feel
third?
like Hamilton will
Third?
Hamilton will come in third, and then he'll whinge and complain because they'll do a dicey, like Rob said, a dicey pit stop maneuver,
Yeah.
and they'll end up blocking. Then Max will end up blocking Lewis from winning, and he'll get angry, and then the little chihuahua known as George will start spouting off rules and just being an angry little boy.
The problem is he's not that little.
There's
They're all little.
No,
Yuki
they're not.
gonna swap on
George is
track
6
again?
foot. George is over 6 foot, Matt.
He's still
Who?
tiny.
Who's
George
that?
is one of the taller drivers.
Yeah, he's
One of the taller drivers.
massive. He actually
Still-
looks like a normal height human.
Oh,
Shots still
he's the other
Sanchez?
Saint Max.
Same Max.
I read that as Saint Max. Saint Max will come first.
Yep. So Sainz, Max, and then Leclerc.
Oh, that's a good idea too.
Drives Have you
I
seen
think-
his new car?
Is that the one that he did the 360 in?
Yeah, the new electric Audi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that movie coming out of him drifting around a corner and him drifting next to the edge of a cliff and him drifting around a guy on a scooter.
Hey, Rob,
Big
don't forget
scooter.
the bit where he drifts around a shipping container.
Yeah, there'll be a shipping container.
And then there's the one where he does it in slow motion but super high frames and
I-
at 4K.
I actually just started thinking that they had just CGI'd the new car into each of the old videos.
Look like
The
it.
same
doesn't it?
video with new car CGI'd in.
I think what are they up to? They're up to about 15 now, aren't they?
Something like that.
They're
Uh,
turning into Fast and the Furious movies.
Yeah,
Most
actually,
of the last
at least he's still about cars.
Yeah.
Well, I'm waiting.
not
I'm
like-
waiting for him to drift on the moon. That's when you know you've made it.
Well, he's going to drift in space.
I want him, and I want the Rock in a car, or drifting on the moon. That's how you know he's really hit Hollywood proper.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Rob, can we break the big news?
Yes.
Yeah, let's break it.
Yep. Everyone's
Okay, Matt.
most.
Hang on, I feel like you should run the countdown now.
This should be countdown worthy.
I think no time for countdowns, but everyone's favorite event. Finally, after I'd say 3
4
months
months?
of waiting, 4 months of
Something.
waiting, everyone's favorite racing event is finally coming back to France where it belongs. That's right. E-scooter is coming to France.
Yeah.
2 rounds, finishing it up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
back. It's back, baby.
It's
The problem
so
is we
excited.
had to announce it when Dave was here. That's the only problem.
No, that's the thing. It's so big we can't fit Dave in this. And when
Yeah.
it's on, we're going to kick
Exactly.
Dave out again, and we're just
Exactly.
going to stream it. So basically, they're finishing up the 2 rounds
Yep.
in France.
Is
for,
this the finals?
This is the final 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Everyone's excited.
Are
Oh,
we gonna
yeah.
have a watch along?
I
think
feel
we
like
should.
we should have a watch along. I don't know if YouTube do it live.
If not, we
Yeah.
could stream it. We can stream it through Discord or something.
Yeah, I think we
We're gonna
should.
watch on Discord.
So basically, in about a week or two, I
I did actually
Is
just
it
have it
both
open.
rounds back to back, Matt, or is it
Uh,
1 week?
Both-
Mine's
both-
10.
Sorry,
it's 9 and 10 in France, the
9 and
home
10.
of e-scootering, I believe.
Very nice. 9 and 10. Okay, so it doesn't affect the schedule for. It doesn't affect the schedule, so we can still watch Brazil.
Buvy, if it was on at the same time, you wouldn't watch Brazil. You'd be watching e-scooter.
Oh,
I mean, I
yeah,
think
correct.
Hang on, that's a Wednesday and a Thursday.
It is a November 9 and 10.
Yeah,
That's a
in Marseille.
That's a Wednesday and Thursday.
Ooh.
So we could be coming live from France.
Telling you the winners.
Yeah. We could be broadcasting it here on the stream.
I feel like
is Dave going to be off that night for a?
I think
doing?
I think
Yeah.
he's getting he's speaking to he's got a dinner with the head of the constructors.
Vasectomy,
Yeah.
I thought.
No, head of constructors. I think it's the anniversary that he's
there's an anniversary.
Night, is it?
Yeah,
I
think it's book club night.
Book club.
No, he's got a meeting. He's got a meeting with the Ministry of Finance.
He's explaining to the missus why this cream's costing so much.
why he's got 3 idiots on the book.
Exactly.
The book?
Technically. Why he's got 3 people here that shouldn't be on here.
I don't know if I've read this. The exciting doubleheader will be on the world famous circuit Paul Ricard. Are they doing the full?
What?
No, Matt, they've run out of batteries by the time they do a full lap.
Maybe they're getting.
But they'll pick one of the 7,000 layouts that it has.
Yeah, they must do it like a short.
There must be a really short one or something.
Yeah, they pick a lane each, a blue or red stripe lane.
Technically, they're like mini tracks. Those blue and red stripes.
Yeah.
So they're gonna do like a little one for the e-scootering night.
And
so I think it's during the night, Matt. What time is it? Like, does it say what time?
Buvy, I'll be honest with you. I saw the picture. I sent it to everybody. Got excited and didn't check the details.
Is it this year?
Here we go. Watch it live. I'm gonna get some more details now. Now it's just going back to the website.
Oh, what was that?
Okay.
That was not me.
Calendar. Here we go.
It's on ESPN 8.
ESPN 8? What the?
Yep. That's where the wacky.
8.
That's where the wacky channels go.
Is it on KO?
No.
I would like to think that KO will have it.
KO has ESPN 8, doesn't it?
No, it only goes to ESPN 2.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, that seems silly. I didn't even realize it had all those channels until like a little while ago when a friend told me.
It's like Matt. He didn't know how to watch all the live channels on KO.
Yeah, but how do you find out what's actually going to be on them?
I think there's a schedule. I think all you need to worry about now, Rob, is e-scooter.
Oh, well, actually.
Do I pay extra for ESPN 8?
No. It should, according to what it says on the e-scooter website, Fox Sports.
Done. Fox Sport at 1 a.m. Thank you, Lee. You're the new. You can be one of our chief e-scooter correspondents.
Yes.
Oh, God.
So are we staying up late at night, Rob, to watch the e-scooter championships?
Yes. I'll take the day off work if I have to.
Yeah. Oh no, 1 a.m. was the May race. There'll probably be all the same.
That'll be the thing.
I struggle staying up for this.
Yeah, e-scooter.
Hey, Rob,
you
at
are.
least Mexico's an early morning race.
Yeah, well, it's early morning. I'll be awake.
Yeah, so 7 o'clock race for Mexico this year.
Yeah, I was going to do Mexican. That's Monday, isn't it?
It's Monday morning.
Oh, maybe I can do it. I don't, but I can have it off. Because I was going to have friends over and we're going to have a tequila breakfast and do like breakfast burritos and stuff.
When was this? This next
Monday
week?
Monday morning, yeah. We were supposed to have a
Monday
Mexican breakfast. And drink tequila for breakfast and stuff. I got the Cafe Patron. It's perfect for breakfast.
Oh wow.
It wakes you up and makes you sleepy at the same time.
You know what you should do? Just add some Red Bull to it, and then it's culturally correct. for the
Yeah,
Red
it
Bull
would be,
team.
actually, technically, it would be.
I'm gonna have to see if this is still on the cards. We have to get my burrito making skills up to scratch.
Gotta get the tortillas out.
Yeah.
So who's going to inform Dave that this has now become an e-scooter channel?
You'll
you?
find out.
Well, I'll let him know that we've changed the.
Sorry, Dave.
Sorry, Dave. We've taken over.
He's
Nick,
good
my
driver.
next
There's no
question.
real other there's no real other motorsport at the moment, so it's going to have to become e-scooter.
Well, my question is, do we think Mercedes will overtake Ferrari in the constructors?
Yes.
Probably.
Yes?
That's the way the Ferrari's going.
Yeah.
Well, Sainz keeps crashing out.
Hopefully, because then that means Mercedes will have less airtime and airbag time, air wing time. What's it called? Fan time.
And do we think Perez is overtaken LCL or C?
Yeah.
Mr. Leclerc.
Leclerc. I believe he will. I reckon he'll finish second.
Yeah.
And
I
then
think he
he'll
already
get
has,
the
hasn't he?
recognition. Then he'll get the recognition he deserves for being in the shadow.
Of being the second best driver.
Yeah.
Oh, what's it? It's only 2 points of difference.
Yeah.
So yeah, Leclerc's up by 2.
Did Danny ever come second to Verstappen?
No,
that would have
third.
been Webber. That would have been Webber.
Webber came second. The best Danny got was third.
Oh, so Danny, God, it's no good. Just no good. All hail Oscar, new leader.
the new Aussie.
New Aussie.
Well, technically, Matt, you need another Aussie in there. What's going to happen?
Well, Dan will become a reserve driver, and that'll be 2, and that'll be more than the 1 Canadian.
We'll have the Nugget doing.
Who's he going to be?
Yeah.
Who is he going to be test driver for?
The Alpine, and he'll not actually end up there. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But then,
the way it's going now.
Yeah, but he'll
work away to get out of his
the next
contract
George
and end up at another country, end up in another team.
Yeah. Dawn's the next George Russell. Like he complains constantly and crushes people out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like I swear, for about 6 races in a row in F2, he lost the front wing at the start.
Oh, jeez.
Just every single time he'd come out and lose the front wing, have to go to the pits. F3, his last race in F3, I think he won it, and he was just on the radio cracking the shits to his team because they were trying to get the guy, not his teammate, past. And he's just like, "No, that's my race. I gotta prove my worth."
Okay.
It was fair comments, but he's a big sook.
Hey, Scooter's got a question for you there, Rob.
Oh.
Matt, bring it up.
Here we go.
Yuki, yeah.
Yeah,
PlayStation.
PlayStation. Yeah.
PlayStation kid.
Yeah, I've always been Yuki.
Yeah,
I spent $100 on a Yuki hat.
Oh,
Wait, that hat was $100.
What?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I got this hat for eating a burrito.
This is why I don't wear it ever, apart from on here, because it cost me too much.
I got this hat because I ate a 1 kilo burrito at Melbourne Central.
It's got weed leaves on it.
Oh wow, nice.
That's
That's carbon fiber.
Is that part of their fashion series?
Is that carbon fiber?
Or is it carbon fiber lookalike?
Does that make you go faster?
Yeah, it makes me more brittle.
Oh, that's a good point.
I wanted the Latifi hat, but they were just ugly. The Williams hats are crap.
Maybe next year.
Yeah, will the Latifi hats now be? Hey, the Dan Ricciardo hats will be cheap next year too. We can get a bunch of them.
A lot cheaper. Yeah, exactly. We'll just get a whole bunch of Dan Ricciardo hats and wear them.
I want a Will Power hat, but they're shit as well. It's pretty much just says Verizon on it with his number.
Hey, $35
for a Dan Ricciardo hat.
Yeah, $35.
Tell him he's dreaming.
Can
That's
they
cheap,
do
that's
less
what
for cash, Buvy?
maybe, who knows? Maybe. Pay less, pay cash? Come in, see the guys.
You better pick one up and pick it apart.
No,
pick apart. Love
I
it.
think Buvy's getting us all Dan Ricciardo hats. Except, how much are the Latifi hats, Buvy?
I don't know, I'll check.
They should be cheap by now.
I think they should be as many points as many points as you score in a season is how much your hat should cost.
Oh wow, AliExpress has it for $6.22.
What? Oh,
What?
yeah, that's shit. Look at it. I want a proper one. $52. Catch.com.
Do you want a proper one,
How
or
much?
do you want
$52 on Catch.
52? I've seen one
No.
for $24 on Red Rubble.
But it's like, yeah, no, but they're just printed. I want a proper
Oh, you want
official
an
merch
embroidered
one.
hat? $46
Yeah.
at Raceworks? But the
Yeah,
problem
is that
the
in
delivery
Australia
fee is
though?
ridiculous. No, it's
Because, yeah,
overseas.
most
The
of them
delivery is
shipping
$65.
See, this has got free shipping.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, you know it. You know that's coming.
Oh my god. I have to. Can I share something?
Is there an
Are we,
album?
are we
Nah, it's not an official hat, Latifi hat, but I just got to show you guys what it says on it. Where's Matt gone?
$71 for a.
Sorry, Matt was just dying for a second.
What number is Stroll?
Stroll is a good question.
Is he 18?
Matt, can you share that screen?
It is too.
Oh, that's a hat.
It's a hat, but look what it says.
What's the
Read that.
May spontaneously start talking about Nicholas Latifi.
We've done this one before.
I think we have.
Yeah.
Here we go. So
Yeah,
that's
we
what the
did
label
this
says.
one late one night.
Okay.
I think
Was
once
that with everybody? Was that with everybody, or was that with thing? Is it
Uh,
spelled correctly? Yes, it is. It is actually spelled correctly. It actually is spelled correctly on that one, the AliExpress one.
Yeah, AliExpress is where you get all the good stuff.
Exactly.
I sent you one in the private chat, Matt. One for you.
Oh,
Ooh, let's have a look.
oh, that's an ugly looking hat, and that's $70.
Holy crap! I would have paid $21 for that.
It's a Lance Stroll one though.
Oh, as a member, do you get? Well, we'll have to speak to Dave after the meeting that he's had tonight. Because we weren't even invited to this meeting. That's how low we are.
There is a Aston Martin beanie.
Oh, yeah.
You can look like an idiot and get a 10-second ban at the same time.
That seems like a good
I'm
deal.
surprised I haven't got a ban or anything for the hat I'm wearing.
Well, you're still wearing a hat, Buvy.
Is that a bucket hat? It's hard
It is
to
a
tell.
bucket hat.
Is a bucket hat? Okay. So anyway, Buvy just announced he just admitted to a crime. So
he just announced his retirement.
Yeah. we'll let him back in a minute.
Right.
We'll just answer some questions here.
How much will Alpine Piastri has be? Well, he's only going to be. They're only going to be paying him $1 million.
I reckon they.
Oh, hang on, Alpine Piastri. Oh God, if they made some, I want one.
Yeah, because they would have announced it on Twitter saying, "Hey, everybody! Now that our new driver's joined us and nothing will happen, we should totally buy one of his hats."
They would have sent them all over to like some African country, and they'll be
there's little kids.
Sorry, I was about to say when I was going to come back, Matt. That was more than 10-second penalty.
Nah.
I'm surprised they didn't go put a beanie on while you were gone.
I could have, but I was too lazy because I was looking at something else.
Hang on, I'm just gotta do some purchasing.
Are you buying a hat?
Are you buying a hat?
Yeah. Why wouldn't I be buying a hat? That's all I do.
Is it a Latifi hat? Can we all guess what kind of hat you're getting?
You'll have to wait till next week now.
Is it that quickly that it's going to get there?
That's
really
coming from Australia. It's free shipping.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. It can still take over
a week. But it's Ozpost, Rob. I don't know if you remember.
Take over a week.
Ozpost, you won't get it till the end of next year's F1.
Yeah. No one will. It'll be. I'll have to scrub out the F1 and put IndyCar on it. Oh no! Oh no! Oh.
What have you done?
What happened?
Should actually check the shipping address before I.
Yes, you don't want to send someone to. You don't want to send to the wrong address.
Your old housemate's going to get a hat and go, that Rob's so generous.
No,
Bought me a hat.
It was my work. I don't want
send
people
it to work.
know.
You don't want people to work to know that you're secretly a Gatifi fan.
Yeah.
You might be respected more at work if they knew that, Rob.
Exactly. They'll just say, "Wow, you've actually got some guts for supporting a guy in a very low team."
Yeah. Men will want to be you, and women will want you, Rob. That's the Latifi life.
It goes without saying,
Exactly.
really.
Okay, so the big surprise is Rob's ordered a Latifi hat for next week.
Yes.
Yep.
And
this piece of shit.
do I have I've still got the I've got to get my Quizmaster hat ready for 3 weeks.
Is there another quiz night coming?
We're going to do a super quiz, which
Oh,
essentially
no.
is just more questions than last time.
Matt, I can buy a Red Bull Racing hat for $31.50.
Ooh.
Or should I get the AMG Mercedes? Should I get the AMG Mercedes one for the same price?
No, because that just helps Lewis fund his jet plane.
Okay. What about the Pirelli podium hat?
What's a Pirelli?
Yeah, the one.
That's the hat they wear at the end of the.
Yeah, the one that wear at the end of the race when they're on the podium.
You know what I want? I want the outfit that the you know when like they win. Who's the extra driver they always bring up? You know, there's that extra person.
Which one?
I've seen a couple
Not
of podiums. No, not the extra driver. Just like the weird.
What you mean? The random person from the constructors?
Yeah. You should buy like a Red Bull polo shirt, Buvy.
I've got
and
a
then
Red
you can
Bull
be
polo
like
shirt.
Now, like a proper like this year's Red Bull polo shirt.
Oh, I should get an F1 one. Okay.
Yeah.
Do I trust this F1 store? Its website is f1store3.formula1.com.
That sounds a little chonky, Rob. Wait, what was the website again? Formula One.
F1 Store 3, the letter 3, .formula letter
1.com.
Yeah. Is it an official store?
I'm not sure.
It
says a Fanatics experience.
It looks
sort of okay.
It's a bit weird. Can you buy Turbo Attack's trading card game?
Rob, it's coming from the UK.
But it's
coming from the UK. If it's the one you're talking about, it's coming. You can contacting by post. Yeah, it's an F1. It's a UK store.
Because I can get a Williams hat, Alex Albon hat for $50 delivered.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that F1, the F1 store free. Yeah, it's a UK. It's based in the UK. I just went to the About Us.
What I should have done when I was in the UK was buy hats.
You should
a lot of hats. You should have bought lots of hats.
I could just get them delivered to my supplier over there, and they'll just ship it over with my next orders.
Hey, why not do that?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Can we do a giant hat order day, Rob?
Yeah, for sure.
I would definitely want the defunct Dan Ricciardo hat.
We'll talk about freight prices off air.
All right, not a problem.
You can buy a Daniel Ricciardo beanie. If I wear a Daniel Ricciardo beanie, how many seconds penalty do I get?
80.
Oh, is that worth it?
You lose your seat, really.
Oh.
I come back in. That's why I'm in, Matt. Remember, I'm the SuperSub.
Yeah, Buvy will take over full time from you.
Oh no!
And then you'll be my fill-in.
And then I'll take over from you.
Yeah.
And then I'll be knocked out again.
No, you'll take over from Dave.
Yeah, Buvy, you become the new Dave.
You'll
I
be the
become
new-
the
So I
new
have
Rob.
I have to keep everybody on the straight and narrow while.
Yeah.
Yeah, many have tried Buvy, but
I
everyone
know
has
it
failed.
doesn't. I know everybody's failed. I know that.
Now, Rob, can you order those Turbo Attack trading cards as well, please?
I don't like card games.
No, but this isn't a card game; it's a lifestyle. So, can you order a box, please?
Oh my.
Oh god, there's so
Have you
many.
seen that? Have you seen the purple AMG hats?
No, I'm still all about the Turbo Attack cards.
Why don't they have Formula One trading cards? Or would it be really annoying that you get three packs and you've got all the cards?
Oh, you can buy model cars for $12.
Really? Is that
Yeah,
uncollectible?
You can buy a
Oh,
Max
really
Verstappen 2021 car.
Yeah.
What about the Lewis Hamilton camo collection?
The camo collection.
You can buy yourself a camo bucket hat, so then we can't see them.
Holy crap!
Oh, then I'll just be like a weird body with no head.
Yeah.
Matt, do you know how much they're selling the 1/18th scale of the 22 Lewis Hamilton Russian GP winner, which doesn't make sense?
$400.
$304.
Yeah, but I don't want to give Lewis Hamilton any more money.
No, it won't be going to Lewis. It's not going to go to Lewis. It's from whoever did the deal on this thing.
He'll be getting money.
Oh, Matt,
Yeah.
is this one worth it? Matt, is this one worth it? The Dan and Lando 1-2 at Monza from last year.
I saw that. It seems a lot of money for
a 143 scale. Yeah.
Rob, can you buy a Williams presentation jacket, and so I can interview you at the end of it, and you can just whinge and complain like old George?
Yeah, old George, not new George. Man,
is that for hat size? I don't know my hat. I think extra big.
Presentation jacket. Is that like in Star Trek when they had their formal outfits?
Yeah, I think that's like when you're meeting the captain on the bridge.
Yeah.
In this case, you'd be meeting. This is when you had your secret meeting with Toto to join the team.
Oh wow! Is that all they got on that size? That sucks.
Has Dave turned into our Dietrich Mateschitz?
Yeah, pretty much.
He just funds this thing now.
Oh, I think the cheap ones are the 143 cars.
The 143 cards are cheap.
Yeah, 143 for $12.80.
It's the micro machines for 750 are the cheapest ones.
They're not. You can buy tiny helmets.
I really like the McLaren jackets, but they seem to be designed for skinny men.
I know.
I think Rob,
I'm looking at
you
the
might just
sizes
have to
too,
lose
Rob.
some weight,
Don't
Rob.
worry.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the sizes too, Rob. It's
skinny short men.
I think so. Yeah. Not tall or fat men.
No.
I tell you what doesn't need a size, Rob. Turbo Attack, Formula One cards. You can play indoors. You can play at home. You could play in the car.
Do we have to change the tags on this so it says we're a fashion channel now?
Yes. Yeah, I think we'll let Dave know that we're an e-scooter fashion channel now.
E-scooter shopping channel.
E-scooter shopping channel. Us looking at
we are now TVSN for scooters
and F1 merchandise.
Yeah.
We need to start our own range of F1 merchandise.
Oh,
yes, make some money.
That's a good idea.
We'll have our own team.
We need a cool name for our F1 team.
Yes.
Team Go Faster.
Well, it's like Jet Force India.
Jet Force India was the greatest team name ever.
Yeah.
All right. I think we've covered everything today.
Unless there's anything else, we've all done our predictions for Mexico.
Have the chat stopped?
I think so.
I usually find it's finished when we're just not getting any more chats going.
Yeah, at the moment now. Yeah, it looks like we haven't had a chat for 2 minutes now. So I think we've hit that. I
think we'll time for bed because school the next morning.
Yes.
See you all.
See you later.
and
Yeah,
we'll
and,
end it.
it should be back to regular scheduled programming with Dave trying to look after this.
Just
Trying to
Dave
look after
next
these
week.
two.
Just Dave. Only Dave
Just
next
Dave?
week. None
Only
of us
Dave
are
next
showing
week.
up. It's just Dave.
Just
It's
Dave.
Dave, and he's going to talk to an apple and a pineapple. It's called the Apple and Pineapple Show. You heard it here first.
Perfect.
All right.
See you all.
Thanks, everyone.
See you guys.